How important is it to save this hotel for future generations?
For one thing, it's part of the history of Ottawa, the history of beginning during civil rights. It's most important to keep this. It's history. And that's what we have to live on, history. But up here, I experienced some things. So, see, now you think I'm crazy.
This building right here is the Casablanca. This building was built in 1949 by Mr. Combs. Okay, Mr. Combs was from the Caribbeans or the West Indies. This building at one time would house hundreds of people that came to Idlewild. So lots of people during the summer would be turned away.
This building has been boarded up a couple of times, and somehow people were getting in here. If there's any ghost that's been through here, they were the kind that's alive. Okay.
It definitely is something that's a live energy,
No, I agree.
It's just a presence, and that I can tell you is not the same feeling that I get from being downstairs.
And I feel the same way. I think it's this floor.
They hid their money in their properties. So if you go through this building, you'll see a bunch of holes in the wall because people were in search of looking for that money.
She live here right now?
No. This nobody stayed in here in 20 years. Or more than that.
I mean, I've been doing this stuff for 11 years, and the paranormal world is an unknown world. We don't know exactly what it is, but it was strong. It was strong.
I believe in anything right about now because I believe that we're not in a world of our own. So is it? We'll see.
Hey guys, Hayward here, the financial filmmaker of Late Bloomer Black Films, Crawford Creative Group. It is Friday, September 30th, 2022. I'm back in my home state of Michigan, and I'm actually about a minute or two away from the Hotel Casablanca. This is my third trip up to Idlewild in 8 years. I came back here in August to bring together Detroit Paranormal Expeditions as a collaboration with First Neighbor organization, the nonprofit that owns and runs that's currently renovating the Hotel Casablanca. So I'm excited to finally be back, and it's finally happening, 8 years in the making. I'm going to be giving you guys just little behind the scenes footage, video blogs, to kind of share this journey. Not going live on social media though, even though Detroit Paranormal Expedition, shout out to Jeff Adkins, Todd Bonner. Yep, it's basically going down, and I'm just gonna be taking a little video vlog footage throughout the course, and long time coming, and looking forward to this paranormal investigation spin on the historically black owned Casablanca Hotel, and we will go from there. Talk to you soon. All right, y'all, walking up to the Idlewild sign, official entrance. So we're now entering Yates Township. See there, Yates Township. This is, I think, corner of Broadway and whatever street that is. Broadway and US 10. All right, so got over here. A little bit about Idlewild. You guys know the story. Historically black-owned town, a resort vacation. It's here for a while. So get some footage of that. We got a nice little sign over here. This one a little longer. Welcome to Idlewild, baby. Hayward Crawford, Late Bloomer Black Films, Detroit Paranormal Expeditions. Let's go. Hall Street. We just turned off the US 10 onto Broadway, and we got Hall Street coming up on the right. And we saw Oscar Barnes. Oscar Barnes was about 4 or 5 blocks away. He just told me to call him once he gets here. He kind of oversees the, you know, I don't know, caretaker slash, you know, ground. Oh, I'm from Southfield originally.
Oh, okay, I'm
South.
Detroit.
Okay, yeah, Metro Detroit area mainly. Good to meet you, sir.
Yeah.
Just doing a little documenting for the project. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Oh, appreciate your service too.
Yeah, thank you.
11th Armory.
11th Cab.
Okay, cool. I'm
Black
here.
Horse Trooper.
Awesome. I'm here, and this isn't part of the official interview yet, but
Yeah,
here with the Mr. Oscar Barnes, and do you kind of oversee as far as caretaking or groundskeeping, or
Well,
what do you do?
That's one of my machines. That one, I knock down all the trees and everything.
Okay.
And then when the material start coming out, we're gonna have chutes coming down into the trailer, or we'll have the bucket over that way where they can wheel it out into the bucket. They got to refurbish all the insides.
Yeah, it's been a while. I first came here in 2014, past August, the Idlewild for the Jazz Festival.
Right.
So, you know, I see some parts that look familiar and other parts, you know, coming along.
So you was at the Blues and Jazz
Yeah,
Festival.
that's why I connected with Barbara
Barbara
McGregory.
McGregory.
Yep, and then she connected me to everybody else. So
Yeah, I was the one trying to get the bus was stuck.
Uh-huh.
Remember when them buses were stuck?
Yeah, because I remember it was pretty.
And I had to get this truck. You know, one of the part of the crew that brought all them tables for people to sit down.
Okay. Well, what I like, let me give you my card too. What I like to do is basically Jeff and Todd, they're part of the Detroit Paranormal Expeditions group. I'm kind of like a facilitator, producer myself. So they're not getting here till about 1. So me and you, we can actually do a, basically we can
Whatever.
like a little run through, walk through, tell me where we can't hang out, where, you know, just a little safety rundown.
Let me get my flashlight. Because,
Okay.
see, the board, I had to board all this up because certain people was tearing the boards off the windows and everything, and just for sabotaging.
Oh.
Light.
That's too bad.
Jealousy.
Yeah, it's just,
Just like I own the entrance. You know, a Kenny, I don't know if you heard of him or not.
okay. And they mentioned, should I wear my mask when we're going in? Okay, all right, entering.
Now you see all this gotta be, you see how the wall, all this gotta be hauled out, cleaned out. See, the reason why holes in here, back in the day, they believed that people hid their money in the walls.
Which they did a lot of times.
They did here. They did here. So that's why you see a lot of these holes in here.
Yeah, it does look pretty familiar. I did back when I was here in 2014 when John Meeks
Mr. Meeks
owned the house. Yeah, Mr. Meeks owned the house. I came up here with a group, and it does look pretty similar. I will say that.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to walk back through here or what.
Yeah, I think we should do a full walkthrough, and I can kind of at least know. And then once the crew gets here, we could do a little quick safety meeting. Like, hey, this is Oscar. This is where we could walk through. This is where we shouldn't. You know, and all that good stuff. You know.
Am I doing the light, or you want to take the light so you know what you take the
Oh,
light?
okay. Yeah, so I can point it where.
So
Okay.
you know what you're doing.
Okay, but yeah, I still want to follow you though. Yep. All right. Sort of.
Now this is just a room here, but I think this is a walkway here.
So we're on the first floor of the Hotel Casablanca. We just came in through the entrance right over there. All right.
This is the showers and the bathroom.
I remember this. I remember being in here. Yep. Some nice light coming in through here. Wow. Yeah, it's not a lot's changed.
So you see how much work you're gonna have to do,
Yeah.
but it's solid, so it can be done. 'Cause look what they're doing to downtown to the Fox Theater.
Right.
Look what they're doing to the train station.
I'm telling you, that's the basement right there. I'm not going down
No,
there.
no, I ain't going down there either.
No. So is that out of safety or just sort of?
No, they got beams up down there. You know, they got beams down there to So like right here. See this one right here? That,
Yeah.
how they got that block and everything? How they...
Yeah. So there's no working power in here, I assume?
No, ain't no what you mean? You don't have no electricity.
Okay.
It's been shut down, what, 30 years, 40 years?
Because it was, I was talking with Chris Greer. He was saying this was a child care center up to the 70s, right?
I don't know. Chris Gear, he's a historical in Ottawa. He knows.
Wow.
He used to, like I own the bait house. When he was a little boy, he come to the bait house and put money, and you put the money down and you get your bait. You want to come up under here?
Yeah, yeah. Right after you, sir. Got a little obstacle course up in here.
Yeah, you see the jack?
Oh wow. What is? Oh, that's just keeping it up.
Yeah, see how they got the structure.
Okay.
And new boards here.
Okay, new boards.
Now this is a doorway right here, so most likely we have this doorway opening, and they'll be bringing a, I don't know.
I remember this when I came here last time. We entered in through this door.
Right,
We
but this
walked
one,
down that hall.
this one here.
Yeah, none of this was here. This was
Okay.
just like a clear walkway.
See how they got the blocks there?
Yep.
They're doing the.
Now, what's the? Are the second and third floor? Are those available to explore?
Yeah, you can go upstairs. We gotta,
Okay.
we gotta go back out to where we can come this way. See how we can go up. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. A little obstacle course. Wow, that's a hole right down there.
So this is the door when we came in. We went the other way.
Okay, now we're back. All right, back in the. This is the
Look
lobby.
up here. Look up here. See this floor? See here? That's a floor right there. See how
Oh
she
my
fell
God.
down?
Wow. That's the door hanging off. And we're
see,
like
this
looking
is,
at the
this
second
is
floor.
whole floor right here.
So did this actually just fall down like this, or did it gut this out like
No,
that?
nature.
Mother
The
Nature.
rain come down, warp the wood, deteriorate it
Okay.
with no heat and no stuff expand. Now here goes up the steps here.
Okay, now we're entering second floor of the Ottawa Hotel.
You want to go
Oh,
forward?
you want to go first? All right.
Yeah, you got the light.
Yeah, that's true.
See what somebody been writing on the wall to your left?
Wow. Trump 16.
Yeah, you know who been in here.
Crazy. You ever found any squatters?
Oh yeah. Well, not here. Not now.
All right, where should we start first, or where?
I'm following you.
Okay.
You got the flashlight. You can see what's solid. You can.
All right. There's just two of us, so squatter run out. We could two against one.
Gonna be in here.
Two against one.
How they gonna live in this?
No. So these were different hotel rooms, kind of, as we can see. The floors are pretty. Are they been sort of reinforced, or?
Oh yeah, they had. That's why that guy went through there. Now you see that right here?
Where?
Look, that doorway there.
Right here. Okay.
That's where chute gonna be there, and dump all this be cleared out. Come with a wheelbarrow out the chute into the truck.
Okay. All right. So we're on the second floor. Wild Hotel. These are the different rooms. I'm starting to really see how this place used to be. I don't think we came up here. Yeah, we weren't on the second floor, from what I remember.
Make sure you look down on the floor, on the ground too.
All right, here's a little more, water damage didn't get over here, I guess.
No.
All right, it's a little more together.
See the roofs are up here.
Roof.
Ceiling.
Yeah, ceiling looks pretty, a lot less deteriorated. Can't say that for every room. Okay. So are there any kind of, like, when they get here, like any sort of little safety reminders to tell them, like, when they're going
I
through
hope
the
they got
house?
flashlights.
Okay, well, we definitely got plenty of those. I got a few. I don't have this. I need one of these, but
Yeah,
I gotta get it. I'll probably go back to Myers and get one of these later.
I got two of them.
Oh, okay. I'll buy one off you. or borrow it?
Borrow one.
All right, I'll borrow it. I appreciate it.
Got it now.
Okay, good. I'll get this one back. All right, this is
Now you see how the water came down through here
Yeah.
and rocked this all out.
right. So I'm a little
Compared to that side.
I'm a little nervous about walking through there.
That's why I'm letting you go.
Let me fall through
Yeah,
first.
you younger. Shit, I'm 77 years old. If I fall, that's it.
I can see all I need to see in here. But I'll let people know, like, hey, you know, there's just certain areas you gotta be mindful
Yeah.
of.
See how all this is tore out? I mean, you'd be surprised how many hoes looking for money.
Yeah. Yeah, I could tell they was probably doing that probably what?
Yeah, once
20, 30
now
years
here's
ago.
Here going up to the next floor right here.
Uh-huh.
You see the steps?
Yep. All right, we enter in the 3rd floor. Second floor of the Ottawa Hotel.
You want to go
Oh,
for
you
it?
want to go first? All right.
Yeah. You got the light.
Yeah, that's true.
See what somebody been writing on the wall to your left?
Wow. Trump 16.
Yeah, you know who been in here.
Crazy. You ever found any squatters?
Oh yeah. Well, not here. Not now.
All right, where should we start first, or where?
I'm following you.
Okay.
You got the flashlight. You can see what's solid.
All right. There's just 2 of us, so squatter run out. We could 2
No,
against
ain't no
1.
squatters gonna be in here.
2 against 1.
How they gonna live in this?
No. So these were different hotel rooms, kind of, as we can see. The floors are pretty. Have they been sort of reinforced, or?
Oh yeah, they had. That's why that guy went through there. Now you see that right here?
Where?
Look, that doorway there.
Right here. Okay.
That's where shoot gonna be there, and dump all this be cleared out. Come with a wheelbarrow out to shoot into the truck.
Okay. All right. So we're on the 2nd floor. Wild Hotel. These are the different rooms. I'm starting to really see how this place used to be. I don't think we came up here. Yeah, we weren't on the 2nd floor, from what I remember.
Make sure you look down on the floor, on the ground too.
All right, here's a little more, you know, water damage didn't get over here, I guess.
No.
All right, it's a little more together.
See the roof? The roofs are up here.
Roof.
Ceiling.
Yeah, ceiling looks pretty, a lot less deteriorated. Can't say that for every room. Okay. So are there any kind of, like, when they get here, like any sort of little safety reminders to tell them, like, when they're going
I
through
hope
the
they got
house?
flashlights.
Okay, well, we definitely got plenty of those. I got a few. I don't have this. I need one of these, but
Yeah,
I gotta get it. I'll probably go back to Myers and get one of these later.
I got 2 of them.
Oh, okay. I'll buy one off you or borrow it.
Borrow one.
All right, I'll borrow it. I appreciate it.
You got it now.
Okay, good. I'll get this one back. All right, this is
Now you see how the water came down through here
Yeah.
and rocked this all out.
right. So I'm a little
Compared to that side.
nervous about walking through there.
That's why I'm letting you go.
Let me fall through
Yeah,
first.
you younger. Shit, I'm 77 years old. If I fall, that's it.
I can see all I need to see in here. But I'll let people know, like, hey, you know, there's just certain areas you gotta be mindful
Yeah.
of.
See how all this is tore out? I mean, you'd be surprised how many hoes looking for money.
Yeah. Yeah, I could tell they was probably doing that probably, what?
Yeah, once
20, 30
now
years
here's
ago.
Here going up to the next floor right here.
Uh-huh.
You see the steps?
Yep. All right, we enter in the 3rd floor. All right, Hotel Casablanca, Friday, September 30th, here with Oscar Burns, entering the 3rd floor. Got some light up here, so kill the flashlight. Got it.
And see, here's, we put a chute right out here, come out this way and start dumping all this debris.
a blue jay. Let's see one of those in a minute.
What's that?
A blue jay.
Oh, okay.
Saw him a lot when I was a kid. Ain't seen him anymore. So we're on the 3rd floor. That's where me and Oscar met up. This is the north side, west side of the building. It don't matter.
No, I think that's the north side.
Okay.
That way is the north. This is the south.
All right. I'm gonna say the ghost story questions for our official interview coming up. All right. Yep, they try to get some money right there.
Yeah.
Now, was all this sort of in the past maybe 10 years?
10 years.
They still
Ever since they closed it down, people been coming in from time to time,
damn shame.
tearing it up.
Has there ever been any money found?
Well, I heard there have been, but I don't know. See, somebody was staying there.
Since like, so they were here like last when?
Maybe, I say good 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, that's been there that long?
That's that right, because you see, anybody gonna stay in a place like this. They got houses around here more where they can break in and
Stay, yeah, versus here, okay.
I got a house with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, full of furniture. And guess what was on the record there?
What?
UMass Tequila.
Oh, wow.
Do you know anything about UMass Tequila?
No, what's that?
That's your father's time.
Okay.
Other words, UMass could go back with West Montgomery.
Okay.
It went to old record fair, and while it was furnished in my other house, we stayed in this house. That house with the 4 bedrooms. Now I gotta refurbish it. But it was a solid house.
Yeah. A lot of history here. So up to how many guests, not to like jump ahead of our interview, but how many guests?
I have no idea.
Okay.
You have to go pull up the history blueprints,
Right.
and it tell you how many bedrooms or how many rooms in here.
Wow, these little kid showers.
That's the bathroom right there.
Yeah, I'm saying that's, well, people were smaller back there. This is just a small shower.
I don't know. Small shower.
I can see that. Another bedroom over here. This place is definitely a lot bigger on the inside versus your outside.
Right,
pretty,
right. And you can tell this was a state-of-the-art hotel back in the day.
Oh yeah, back in this day. Yeah,
Back
this
in this
was
day.
quite the yeah.
And they gonna try to bring it back with meeting rooms.
Man. So much here,
It'd be nice in stages you come and take in stages as they refurbish it.
Yeah, but to keep coming back,
Keep
kind of
coming back
documenting.
and showing. Right now, this is the first stage. Everything you document now is the first stage.
Got that right. I'll come back every summer and just give a little update.
Yeah.
I split my time between here and Los Angeles and Atlanta. So I work
Now,
in film. So.
we had a barbecue contest, rib contest about 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Then
shucks.
we had the chili one.
All right.
Last year we had gumbo, chili, a lot of things. It's all free for you, and you just give a donation.
I got to get the dates on that. I'll definitely be back. Put it in my calendar.
Ottawa 100, and I gotta think of the other website on Facebook.
It was good to me. All right, great. I think we got all we need for right now.
I gotta call my wife and find out what website you can go online about all the activities and when they have the Zoom meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah. So definitely keep those in mind, especially if I'm back during this. Come back each summer.
Yeah. And then you got any kids?
Not yet.
Well,
I'm trying.
I got a 2-person kayak. We got our kayaks at Patricia Stringer on the lake.
Okay.
And jet skis and stuff like that. The people ain't got places and where they can come and use them. You know what I'm talking about? If you bring you and your lady friend, and you want to go to kayak and
Most definitely.
jet ski,
I'm down for that.
that's one of them.
Yeah, Scam Likely is a game changer. And no, that's not the lobby.
See, now that was part of the floor right there. Going out that way, see how she caved in?
That is crazy. This door right here.
Yeah.
And that door just hanging on. Hanging on. Never dull moment. Alright. Heading back down.
Hey, see, and you got that other big flashlight. That was one man here now. We just went all the way up on the 3rd floor. The rest of the crew ain't gonna get here for 1 o'clock. And I was just checking to see if you got that other big. And then the active. The black one. Yeah. I need that one. And what's that website that you can go on to find out all the activities that come up in Ottawa?
Ottawa 100.
I'm talking about the other one.
That ain't got no activities.
No.
That's township meeting.
Yes, that's me. Same thing.
Yates People for Progress.
Yates People for Progress.
Yates People for Progress. All right. Thank you.
Okay. If you can, bring that other light up if you can. Because we went all the way up on the 3rd floor. We seeing things that I didn't know. This was a big, magnificent hotel. Yeah. So bring.
The nicest hotel in Ottawa.
Yeah.
At that point.
So bring. All right. Thank you.
I was finishing up the dishes.
Well, we ain't no hurry right now, but I'm gonna need that other flashlight because he got a camera and he need my flashlight to shine where he want his camera to go. To see. All right. Thank you. Bye.
I appreciate it.
A funeral, and I'm talking about Ottawa. and my niece, she's an engineer from General Motors. She's the Corvette is her baby. She was on the test track with the Corvette because my brother only had 2 girls and he raised them just like my grandson raised them as boys in the woods, camping and everything else, hunting because he didn't have no boys. And my grandson the same way. And but the thing about it, I love Ottawa. How I came up here, me and my wife came up here 19 years ago because we were going to buy some property. So we get up here and I look at this rundown place. How did I get in this situation?
Right.
So we slept in my van behind the township. So we didn't know nothing about nothing to buy some property. So this is how the Holy Spirit works.
Man, I wasn't recording. All right, here we go. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Oh, you Joe, right?
Joe, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, Ty's coming up later.
Yeah, he's coming up.
All right, awesome. Good to see you, man. You can park pretty much anywhere over here.
Okay.
I'm the Subaru Outback over there, so I probably say park around where I'm at. So it's like kind of clear of the house. So you just met Oscar Barnes. He's been taking me around town, meeting folks, and we went like into towns, like a little nearby town called Baldwin.
Yeah.
Kind of showing me the spot, man.
Is there like a store, like a Walmart or anything?
Yeah.
I might go pick up like a flashlight. I couldn't find my flashlight.
Yeah, I got one. I borrowed this from Oscar. I got a couple smaller lights. They're not as heavy as this one. But yeah, if you want to pick up something big, there's a Myers in Big Rapids. It's about maybe 25 minutes from here. But then there's also like a Dollar General.
Okay.
You know? So this is it, man.
Sweet.
You out here.
It's so out of place, you know. It's like there's just woods, and
Random as
big
fuck.
building, and then woods, you know.
Believe it or not, though, like I looked at the old pictures. Apparently, all these trees just grew over time.
Really?
They weren't like planted as seedlings. It literally, they shut the place down like as a hotel in the
These
60s.
pines must have been though, because look how they're exactly on the edge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's exactly on the edge of the yard.
Yeah, maybe they
Look
planted
at the
some
old
there.
photos, but these
Yeah.
pines almost have to have been planted. They're like, they're not like random.
Yeah, good point. I must have got some misinformation because yeah, this, you know.
Don't take off running to the woods, Joe.
Right. All right, so
Jesus Christ is the answer.
Oscar, I'd like you to meet Joe.
Hayward, Joe. Joe Hayward.
Yeah.
Oscar.
Hey, Joe.
This is Oscar.
Now, you know who done that on national TV?
What's that?
Just here. On national
Who
TV, who
first did
started that?
I have no idea.
Obama and his wife.
Oh, really?
That's right.
They
On
the
national
fist
TV,
bump with the
fist bump.
Obamas.
Obama and his wife.
I had no idea.
Let me grab my, see if I got a hoodie in there.
Yeah.
Joe, is that unlocked?
Yeah, I got my wife bringing another flashlight.
All right.
All
But
right,
you're going to have
Grumps.
to have a flashlight.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to run into town before it gets dark because I couldn't find mine. I don't know what the hell happened to it.
Let me see what else I.
As we going back, I said, well, I ain't seen it. To today, we don't know where that gun is at.
Really?
That's right.
Wow.
Now, you asked about it because, you know, then a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, we was on a cruise. So you been on cruises?
No, I never have.
You get tired of going to the buffet. You get tired of eating because when you go up there, there's all kind of foods that make you greedy. So I ordered me a whole grapefruit. They cut them in half and put them in the sauce in the bowl. And she ordered a half. So there was 3 half grapefruits, a whole one for me. So she said she went up and got the biggest one. I went up there and got the next one. So when I finished, I went to get the third piece. Now we in that cabin. It was gone.
What?
When you see her, ask her, and she'll explain it to you.
Yeah, I
That's
believe
two,
it.
It's 2 things in our life. Because just like I was telling him, we came up here 19 years ago and everything looked so bad. I said, what did you bring me to? We coming to an auction. We didn't know nothing about no auction. We didn't know about nothing. So we slept in my van behind the old township. So we going to the auction. And we didn't know how to bid. You supposed to check property out and all this stuff before you know? We didn't know. So this guy named Poncho, I heard him run his mouth, said some lawyers and doctors sent him up here to buy some land. I said, now I'm here at this right spot when he's speaking. I heard it. So I told my wife, whatever you bid, I'll bid it.
So I be a vibe up here.
I'll bid it.
All right.
You know?
Cool. So what gear you're working with? You just
I got a XF205.
got a Sony?
Canon.
Canon. Okay.
Yeah, it's the largest one that has the infrared still on it.
Cool. So you've been working with Jeff and Todd a while, or you guys?
Off and on for a while.
Okay, cool.
Just kind of do it on the side for fun and got a bunch of shit. Video switchers and
My new
DJI. I like the DJI Osmo. That thing's freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. That's the kind of the gimbal.
Yeah, it's
kinda thing, right?
well, it's the one where it's the drone cameras on it. So it's all built in one. It's like this big.
Okay.
But it does 4K. And I have the adapter on it where you can do wireless mics and shit like that on it.
Okay. Cool. Well, he kind of gave me a tour of the hotel earlier, so I'm gonna just kind of keep the camera on you guys because it'll be your first time going in there,
So
and then we'll kind of get a run through of what we need to do, some cool stuff we can get. There's no lights or anything going on. So,
had a dealership in Detroit.
Okay.
I gave him the car.
I'm gonna just.
He said,
Alright.
give me $500. I'll finance it for Ford Motor Credit.
It's a nice
I
light.
gave him $500. He told me to go pick up your truck. With that
Always get the
$500
demos.
finance.
Always get the demos that they're selling.
Can you hold this for me? I left my flashlight on.
Yep.
Bring it to the customer. I got a brand new 18 load for $750.
Wow. That's it. That's listening to the.
In Vietnam, I'll tell you a story. I had so many days to get up. I was on an old man's track. So I said, look here, let me go to Saigon and get my clothes. I had to do brother on the shop. I had to go to Saigon. They said, okay. So I'm down in Saigon, looking at these, I enjoy it. So Lord, when you call, okay. So I called him,
those feelings, you
Get
know.
those feelings. You listen. Let me see. There it is.
All right, so go ahead and give them the nickel tour.
Who? You gonna give it to him. You know more about it than I do.
What are you talking about?
Oh shit.
All right. You want me to lead it?
Yeah, we went this way.
Okay, so this is the first floor. This used to be the hotel lobby.
Okay.
And as you can see, you gotta definitely watch your step.
Yeah.
And I'll,
There are lots of places like this in there, Jay.
Let's go around the other way. Remember
Okay.
we went that way and all the way around?
yeah, it's sort of,
Or you want to go up the steps now?
no, we can go through the whole first floor like we did before. So I'm gonna just keep it on you guys, you know.
Right there.
It-
Is there a basement?
Yes, the basement too.
Okay. Yeah, that walks.
Is the basement available to go down there? I don't know whether
Yeah.
Man,
Back in the 60s
I dare somebody.
and the
to
50s too,
wash your
elementary
hands
school.
with that.
Mirror's still in this bathroom. There's still soap in the dispenser. It's like always, again.
That's what I was thinking earlier.
Yeah. There's still soap in the hand soap dispenser. Yeah. Somebody filled that up like 40 years ago. It's still in the soap.
Oh, what color is it?
It's like brown.
Jesus.
It's like a beige.
I didn't catch that.
I remember using those when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Man,
Back in the 60s
I dare somebody.
and the
to
50s too,
wash your
elementary
hands
school
with
in the
that.
50s.
Joe's like, challenge accepted.
I don't,
Careful, Joe.
I don't want that hand soap that bad.
Watch for those nails.
Jeff knows I have no fear.
It's adventurous.
Yeah, it's all right. You get your legs all scratched
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Then you can't wear no shorts no more.
I can't imagine the smell.
Walk
of
through a
that
nail.
Soap. Yeah.
Someone wrote "Get out."
I just fucking around.
I see it. That was a ghost. It's a message for you, Joe.
Get out.
Get out.
Great shot right here.
I'd love to find like interior photos of this place from the 50s or 60s.
I want until you go online.
I bet you can find them somewhere. You got the library of
I take-
Congress or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
We just went through this set.
I know on my phone, I keep putting up Ottawa stuff, and you know, you go to YouTube, every time I turn around, something come up on Ottawa on my phone. Different pictures and stuff.
So all these were hotel rooms, right? Even
Right.
on the first floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys seen those shot houses? These rooms are small compared to the rooms you see now in hotels because they had them dog houses. You ever seen them dog houses where people used to stay in? They're like mini houses,
Okay.
but they had dog houses up here.
Okay.
So it used to be 35,000 coming up here. So you got this hotel. Look at how small these rooms is. How many people you can get in here? That's right.
So this door up ahead, this is where we originally came in. I first came here the first time.
See how small these rooms is. And I think they had bathrooms at one location where everybody shared a different variety of bathrooms in different places.
So this door doesn't open anymore?
No, we boarded it up.
Okay.
But you see how they put the jacks here to strengthen this? See how the jacks and the
Build the beams back up.
So what's the plan for this place?
They gonna redo it.
Yeah.
They gonna strip all this out, all the bad wood, bring it back to close as originally they can make it.
Okay, it'll be a hotel again?
Okay.
They're planning technically a bed and breakfast and part museum.
You can hear. You meet one of the owners. She teaches at Wayne State.
Oh, okay.
That's Charlene.
Charlene.
That's
Dr. Austin. Yep.
Yeah. She teaches at Wayne State. So you meet her. I took him to her house on the lake.
Oh, cool.
And then the other lady got a house on Ida Shore got a house on the lake also. All three of them professors of different, you know. Now Betty, she lives in Texas. You can go upstairs.
You go
if
ahead.
you want.
Yeah. Wanna go upstairs? Yeah, I'll check that.
Yeah, we got the second floor and the third floor is available.
Remember when Todd said he was going to be up here?
I think he said he's coming.
I couldn't remember how late he said he was working today.
Yeah, 1, 2 o'clock, or well, obviously maybe closer to 3 or 4. Floor number 2.
They are actually. Like a box or something? A light fixture, so it's,
Bear trap.
yeah.
Oh wow, rusted to the bone. All right.
Like remarkably good shape.
Now you can see where that floor caved in because of the rain.
Oh wow. Oh, my goodness.
At the door, you walk out that door, you see where you're going.
Yep. I'm not walking out that door. That's for sure.
But you see how small these rooms is. I have no idea how many rooms is here. I have no idea, but it got to be quite a bit. All that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right next to each other. Let's walk. Now you walk down this way, you can see the rain that gets to look at the ceilings.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. It's bigger actually.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit surprising. It's like the upper floor, you know.
Good.
It's still in thing.
Look at this room here.
Look at that shit. Oh. Yeah. Oh, you can outrun this one out right now. Almost.
Month to month.
That's a real short room. Just somebody for them to sleep.
Just a bed, that's about it.
And I think there's a squatter bed right over here, right? It's literally like where somebody was squatting a few years ago. Was that on the 3rd floor?
So when did Dr. Austin and the other owners buy this place?
Well, see, John Meeks had it.
I remember you telling me about Mr. Meeks.
Yeah, Mr. Meeks, he used to give the free concerts the first Saturday of every August. And then he passed, now his daughter continued doing that.
Pretty cool up here, I like those.
He sold it to them.
Okay.
You gonna check that bedroom out there?
I'm just here. I'm not going that far.
Might not come back.
There's more showers.
Is this where they all shower, come in here and shower?
Looks like.
Community shower, yeah. One, maybe they had one for the women and one for the men.
Shit was like
And I
high
guess
school.
the toilet's over here, I don't know. Is that the toilet paper thing right there?
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got the soap dispensers are like the ones at Eloise, Joe.
Yeah, I noticed that downstairs. It's like the push underneath one.
Yeah, it's the ones on the 3rd floor at Eloise Hospital.
Oh yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, I remember.
I'll be damned if I breathe any of this in. Yeah. Just hold my breath. I'm gonna just take my mask off and hold my breath.
You'll survive.
these at the old handles,
Yeah.
Oh, that's real old school. I didn't
That's
know
crazy,
that.
isn't it?
Man.
That's something we never seen before.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so,
like
so the water adjuster's like out here.
Yeah.
You can
You
be
taking a
shower and somebody
shower.
come and just like turn the water off.
like Betty,
on you.
turn it up, turn it down.
Yeah,
Turn
you
it
too
hot,
hot.
cold, I'll kill you.
Ah,
Walk out here
who
and
to
adjust
turn
it
on?
and turn
Right.
it.
Like what's the I don't know what
It
the
wasn't.
sense was behind that.
Yeah.
All down there's room, but I don't.
No, I don't trust. Yeah.
This floor's on the angle anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Another room here, they try to
Pretty good indicator.
find some money.
Oh yeah, knocked out all the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Not all, but this big spot. Damn.
All right, we got one more floor to go.
Pretty neat up here. I like that. I like how like preserved this part is. I mean, you really kind of get a sense for what it probably looked like.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Here's a bill from 1968.
Oh,
Really
shit.
sweet. Nice.
Man.
68.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll save these for the museum. We'll keep it. We'll bring it to like, hey, look what we found. Add these to the showcases.
Yeah, the tile's still on the floor here.
Mm-hmm. All right, on the third floor. All right, so now we're at the Hotel Idlewild. Me and Jeff,
Oh, okay.
Joe from Detroit Paranormal Expeditions, heading up to the third floor.
So this was rooms too? Up here?
I believe so. Yeah. On it.
And see the progress, see
That'd
how
be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely get some good photos in here. There's a lot of cool visuals.
Mm-hmm.
People will love it.
And I'm having a photographer come out tomorrow who can do sort of like little promotional photos. You know, we get a photo in front of the house with the owners,
Yeah, do that.
you and your group, and then we could do. I mean, I'd say with the lighting up here, probably be best to do any photos inside. We'd probably do up here.
Yeah,
See.
I'll get some sort
plus
of
it's safe.
general environmental shots.
Yeah.
Cool.
After you, Joe.
It's interesting. It's just a piece of wood, but it's like
Maybe
it
part
might
of
have
it.
been part of like a toy or something. I can't quite tell. I don't know what that railroad spike's doing here.
Yeah, that's steel in it.
Yeah.
And they rotted out. I mean, that's well,
Yeah, it's in pretty good shape actually.
yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. What was this?
What is this right here?
It's like some sort of table saw or
It might
good
even
question.
be. You know what that might be.
I think it's part of a
medicine
I was thinking a medicine cabinet, but
or even like a power those little
that
power
might be one of
grade
those
boxes.
things. Let me see.
Those power boxes maybe.
Maybe. Let's see.
Here, hold up.
It might be a medicine mirror, like you were saying, bathroom mirror. What's that?
medicine
Yep.
cabinet.
Colgate. Oh, could you open that up one more time? Yeah. Shadow that. Toothpaste. Oh, can you remove the light? There you go. All right.
You got it, Joe?
Yeah, I got it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not walking over there.
Hell no. End up in the basement.
That's bad.
That's
That wall done caved in. See how that floor done caved in.
There's a one-way ticket to the basement.
exactly. I was gonna say that's the express pass.
Teleport you right down there. Oscar, do you think this was from the like a front gate or something? What was this
It's
from?
old. I ain't never seen one like this before. We went this way.
Probably will get some activity in this place.
Yeah, you can tell this is the check-in desk over here in the day.
These are rooms here. This was a fabulous hotel back in the day.
That's what I was reading. And the Flamingo Club down there too.
Yeah.
Now another thing, you see a lot of holes in the wall.
Yeah.
People looking for money.
Really?
Back in the day, that's where they figured they put them. I heard they have found money in here.
Stashing it in the walls. Old beer can. Really old beer can.
Oh, how old?
One of these pop tops.
Might add it to my collection.
Yeah, because that only worth something.
Actually, no, it has a pop top.
What kind of beer is it?
Red, white, and blue. I've never heard of it. Red, white, and blue.
That might be 40 years old, that can.
It might be.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
All right.
Look it up online.
So I'm gonna set this on the counter.
Yeah.
Take it with us. We're back. Good catch. A 40-year-old beer can, red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue beer.
What is that right there?
What? Pipe?
No, that can he got.
Foot spray.
Huh?
Oh.
Foot spray.
Ooh.
Foot spray.
I can leave that one there.
What's that right there? In the blue. By your foot.
Looks like an old inhaler.
Makeup.
So as you can see, there wasn't as much.
That's a very unusual light bulb there.
Yeah, it is. Wow. That's old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got to be over 30 or 40 years old.
Jeez.
So this place, it opened around 1950. It was like 48, 49, somewhere in there. And then it closed, was it around the 70s?
In the 70s.
Yeah.
You know why?
I was reading old newspaper
But you know
articles.
why it closed?
People started not coming to Idlewild.
You know why?
Because they started going to, they got rid of like the segregation laws.
Right. So Sammy Davis Jr. can go to Holiday Inn.
Yeah,
Then he can play in Las Vegas.
yeah.
This would happen to all major cities. Detroit. Well, I grew up in Detroit. We had black folks had a certain area we stayed. Well, when civil rights came in, I was in Vietnam when they had the riots. But when the riots came in, then they can move to 7 Mile, 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They can move out to Farmington.
Right.
South, you know, where you from?
What, Westland?
Okay, Westland. Okay, you know about it.
Yeah.
Westland, because I went to, yeah. Because I worked at Ford Motor Company for 27 years at Rouge.
Oh, did you?
And the whole time with Fords, I had trucks. Gravel trains were built 275 and 696. Because I like nobody counting my money.
And we had the first set of showers over here. And I remember going back in this room 8 years ago. There's actually a hallway that goes all the way to the end of this hotel. That's where I first came here. We entered in that way. We walked all the way down here. But yeah, show them the
Showers.
yeah.
These are showers right here. Then we found some small showers that you had to be a fidget to get in. Then we on the second floor.
Yeah, you had to be like a little bitty kid, you know. Wasn't meant for grown adults.
I wonder what this was. Be like a shelf or something? I don't know. It's a weird shape.
Oh, what's up? I didn't even notice that. Say hi to Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Hey.
How much for a room? Well, we're all booked up right now. So.
But you see how these holes in these walls?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. Oh, my gosh.
That's the basement.
Quite the visual.
Isn't that the basement?
Yeah, we ain't going down there.
No, definitely not. But that's quite the visual, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
I can't believe we went down there then. I'm surprised we made it back up.
No, we didn't.
Well, I meant like when I went 8 years ago.
Oh.
We probably shouldn't have went down there then. Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of old newspaper clippings. I saw some.
Get a year on that.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
Superman. It's talking about Superman 4.
Couldn't find a year on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you don't want to hold on to it, I could definitely.
Do you want it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it next to the counter.
Where your other stuff?
Yeah, right over here. Yeah, amazing. This is still pretty.
Probably a little something for you, Hayward, maybe.
Oh, what's that?
Saws off.
Oh.
I don't think that's anything.
What is it?
Yeah, that's new.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I throw that down.
Scrapping. Very cool.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff.
Huh? What's up?
Ooh, what we got there?
Grab the shoe. For the shoe?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I can't reach that.
What is that?
There's an old shoe. There's an old woman's shoe. Hold on a second.
Cinderella
like,
loses slipper.
You know what? Tell you what. We got there's a few things right there. Here, Joe.
Here, try this. Here.
Right here. This will do it. Hold on. Should do it.
You see it?
I sure do. Hold on. That's definitely something for your museum.
Yeah.
It's old too.
Yeah, I got this hook. It might work too, just
Hold
in
up.
case.
Yeah, it might be a little too far.
Got it?
Oh yeah, he getting it.
Get it. Get it. All right. Artifact number 4.
That's a good one. Good find, Joe.
That's old.
Very.
Man.
What else is on it?
Charlene and Betty going to start paying us by the end of the day, man. We'll find out
Yeah.
all these artifacts, yeah. Another one for the collection.
What else do you see down there, Joe? Looks like some cooking stuff.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah, I know how you feel, man. That floor don't feel easy, do it?
Be careful in that spot. Where it's sagging.
Okay.
Careful. Careful, Joe.
Yeah.
What is that?
Just a circle thing.
Reminds me, I got the legal waivers in the car. Definitely.
You just sign those first.
Yeah. Well, nobody has to know. We'll sign
Is
those.
that for kids or grown-ups?
Luckily, everybody made it out.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Knock on rotten wood.
Knock on something wood or something that looks like wood.
Yeah. What you got there, Joe? Toys. I see him over here through the wall.
Is that steel?
Old railroad spike.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. This was from the time, maybe these toys were from the child care center.
Yeah, but this is a steel railroad spike.
Oh, yeah, not that one. Yeah, but these are all toys. Oh, hold on. I got, Jeff, could you,
Yeah.
there you go, even better. Well, I mean, you could leave it there.
Bring your bag back.
All right. All right. Oh yeah.
Plus, she had a place here too. I mean, it was a place, man.
That room over there is actually in remarkably good shape too, which is really weird. Given the hole next to it, but the room is actually in pretty good shape.
Yeah, the water damage goes where it wants to go.
Okay, well,
So Duke Ellington, Madam C.J. Walker, Langston Hughes too,
oh, really?
right? I think I heard. Yeah.
First black heart surgeon had a place up here. It was a place with who, money. You know what I'm talking about? You had to be somebody
Yeah.
to go. But you know who ran the entertainment?
Cool.
The numbers man.
Number.
This before you kids was born. They used to have the Pontiac numbers and the Detroit numbers. The number man.
Huh.
Before the state. took over.
Gambling racket, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like Boardwalk
And
Empire.
how the numbers will come out is by the races. How the horses come in.
Yeah. So it was like.
You can't cheat on it.
They were running the Boardwalk Empire style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
back
Okay.
then,
Yeah. And they if I can get over to the chambers. You been inside the chambers?
The Chamber Building?
Yeah.
Was that where the fish fry was at?
Yeah. You see that woman?
Yeah, I went by
That
there.
beautiful. No, I'm talking that
Yeah.
beautiful woman on the wall
Oh.
in the chambers. Her husband was a number man.
Oh, okay.
She was up here a few years ago talking with her daughter, and he had thoroughbred race horses. And when he died, people came and just took his horses because she didn't know.
Yeah.
But he was a number man.
But he didn't set her up to like, hey, take over my
Well,
business.
you know, back then the man controlled everything.
Right. To the main crook.
Now, when you guys get married, you're gonna find out your wife gonna control
Well,
everything.
Joe knows already.
Huh?
Joe knows already.
Yeah. Yeah. They gonna tell you when you're spending too much money. You don't need that.
Watch. Get these nails just popping.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Put that there.
Pretty damn cool.
This is the lobby here, huh?
Take a little B-roll.
We're gonna do some reading.
Just take a little B-roll, don't mind me.
Okay, God bless. So bless you, please, sorry, this week I got looking at you. I don't know her. She looks like Barbara Clay. Hey, how you doing? Plate's right there. Oh, okay. She already
Roll, you know, getting some footage, things like that. What was your name?
Cassandra.
Cassandra, nice to meet you. Hayward. Yeah. So I was just get a little footage. Sorry about that.
Did you get her name? You wanted to redo that?
Oh, you get to redo the name. Yeah.
Okay. Hardest question again first. If you wouldn't mind just saying and spelling your name one more time. Sorry about that.
Betty, capital B-E-T-T-Y, Foote, capital F-O-O-T-E.
All right. Thank you very much. So I understand you've lived in Idlewild for a lot of your life. Can you share with us some of your favorite memories of Idlewild?
Well, the beginning of Betty, I was born in Idlewild 85 years ago. And I didn't know I had any favorite memories when I was younger, because all I could think about at that particular time was getting out of this little hick town, I thought at that time, you know, and everything getting to the city. But the older I had gotten, then I began to, I think, appreciate Idlewild because of the tours and the many, many people that I had met during that growing up teenage time. So I do have a lot of favorite memories about Idlewild, and most of them was meeting all the entertainers and lawyers, doctors, and Indian chiefs and all of that kind of stuff. And then I realized that Idlewild wasn't such a bad place. It wasn't so hicky as I thought it was. And so that's, you know, how I really felt about it later on in life.
How did it feel seeing, so I'm trying to do some math in my head here, so 85, so you were a child probably when the Casablanca was built, right?
Right.
So how did it feel sort of, you probably saw the city sort of being developed and like more.
Absolutely, right.
What was that kind of like? So you,
Well, the year that the Casablanca was built, I just knew of it and knew the people that were involved, the owners, the entrepreneurs, and that's really all I know about the Casablanca. I don't know a lot of history about the Casablanca, but I just knew Mr. Coombs. His name was Woolsey Coombs. He was from Bermuda, I think. I know he was from an island, and I think it was Bermuda. And I just knew that the Casablanca was being built, but that's all I know about the Casablanca.
There was, you talked about that.
Room. They had to have places for them to come out and enjoy the air, the summer, the spring, and sit, drink, and talk. Because we've seen all the little shotgun rooms they had in there.
So here's what I was thinking. Sean's gonna be coming at 1 o'clock. He's just gonna take, you know.
The skating ring, probably more in the 1970 before they tore down the row of businesses.
And sound, and then once again, you're Dr. Austin, you're looking at Jeff.
Ready?
Okay, Jeff.
Yep.
Right.
And then can be rolling. All right.
All right.
Action.
So, as mentioned, the hardest questions first. If you could just say and spell your name for us.
Okay, my name is Dr. Charlene, Charlene, Austin, Austin.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Austin.
You're welcome.
So, Idlewild, very historic part of Michigan's history. I think a lot of folks don't necessarily know about the history of this place. We're standing in front of one of the most historic parts of it here. Can you tell us a little bit about this building?
Okay, this building right here is the Casablanca. This building was built in 1949 by Mr. Combs. Okay, Mr. Combs was from the Caribbeans or the West Indies, which is where I'm originated from myself, and from the Bahamas. And this building at one time would house hundreds of people that came to Idlewild. And because of the fact that this was one of the most prestigious hotels, everybody would want to stay here. So lots of people during the summer would be turned away. This hotel also had like what you would call bathrooms that were shared, okay? So they also had downstairs was a bar and a restaurant, a dining area, which is hard to get to right now. But I envision this hotel to be something that will again be glorified here in Idlewild. We need to reserve our history for our children, and this is part of the Black history, or the history of Idlewild. So I envision this being a place that maybe we have what we'll say like a little boutique, where it's be like a bed and breakfast. We'll have a conference room, because at lots of times there are organizations that are coming up towards this way, up towards Idlewild, and they have nowhere to stay. And this would be a great opportunity for us to have a conference center for different groups to come to stop even and have meetings and even to stay. This is going to be something great to, in the future. This is going to be something great, and I love it. If you're looking even at the architectural design, look at the architectural design. You can never find this again. Never.
It's very unique. So you came to acquire this building with an organization called First Neighbor. So can you tell us a little bit about First Neighbor and sort of how you came to acquire this hotel? Okay,
First Neighbor is a 501c corporation that was formed by us, which is a nonprofit, and it is co-owned by Dr. Ida Short, who's an educator, and Betty Wiggins, who is like a director over all of Texas nutrition program. And I, Dr. Austin, is also an educator. So we had decided, Mr. Meeks, who was, I don't know if any of you have heard of Mr. Meeks, but Mr. Meeks was like the orator of the Idlewild history. And this hotel was owned by him, and he wanted us to have it. So we bought this from him with the intentions of renovating it or rejuvenating it to somewhat what it used to be. Of course, based on the times of the 1949, you can't really make it again like it was, but you could do a facsimile. This building right here is the Casablanca. This building was built in 1949 by Mr. Combs. Okay, Mr. Combs was from the Caribbeans or the West Indies, which is where I'm originated from myself, and from the Bahamas. And this building at one time would house hundreds of people that came to Idlewild. And because of the fact that this was one of the most prestigious hotels, everybody would want to stay here. So lots of people during the summer would be turned away. This hotel also had like what you would call bathrooms that were shared, okay? So they also had downstairs was a bar and a restaurant, a dining area, which is hard to get to right now. But it was Mr. Meek's dream to have this to be renovated again. So we bought it, and we bought it with the hopes of having everyone in Idlewild become part of the renovation process. You know, we know that we cannot do this as an island. We have to have others to help us to make this island great. Okay? So we want to put an educational center in here. I want to make sure that those that's in this community that have not had their GED or finished high school or need to learn how to do interviews, how do you interview? You know, these kids need to know that. And there's grown-ups here that probably need to know that or have not finished their GED. This is where we want it to happen.
Excellent. That's a really great segue into the next question. Obviously, massive project, building these lots of work to get to where you envision it being. What's it going to take to make that vision a reality?
To make the vision a reality, again, like I just said, you can't do it by yourself. We need everyone to feed into our vision, to know that this is not just for us. This is for everybody. We need people to come in, even if they come and rake the yard. Like this weekend, we had a youth group from Traverse City and Detroit to come, and they did trees. If you look over to the other side, they cleaned up trees, they hauled debris, they cleaned up all of this and pulled everything and did all of this cleanup that we have here. And if you look, you can see that we do have cleanup going on. And the youth did that. They came down up from Detroit and helped us, you know? And this is what it takes. We need people to we're not trying to become important, because that's not for us. We're doing what's in our heart.
Oh, we got it.
So is it? We'll see.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right,
Cool. I think we're good. Nothing too hard.
Okay, so camera A recording, camera B. All right, slate,
Ready?
and action.
All right. First question's the hardest. If you could just say and spell your name for us, please.
Oscar, O-S-C-A-R, Barnes, B-A-R-N-E-S.
All right. Thanks, Oscar. So there's a lot of work going on here at the Casablanca Hotel. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're doing with, you're helping to clear the land here and everything. What's going on at the hotel?
Well, right now, I knocked down a lot of trees, and to clear some trees was rotten and falling, so we clear that up. Next job is to bring in wheelbarrows and people to clear out all the debris inside all 3 floors, 4 floors, really.
There's a lot of work going on to save this really key part of Michigan history and a huge part of Idlewild history. How important is it to save this hotel for future generations?
For one thing, it's part of the history of Idlewild, the history of beginning doing civil rights. It's most important to keep this. It's history, and that's what we have to live on, history.
Absolutely. Do you have any memories you can share about this hotel? Back like at its prime when it was operating.
No, I wasn't coming up here
Okay.
at the prime. I was too young at that time. But John Meeks, he's deceased now. He passed at 95, but he owned this hotel and a whole lot of property. John Meeks had an affair in August. The blues and jazz festivals was free every year, so his daughter doing it now, and he was a historical. I mean, he was something else.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to see for the future of Idlewild? Where do you envision this town going from here?
Well, right now, the eyes are wide open. when I got property up here, it was cheap. I got my wife cousin 12 lots for $600. I begged people to buy land, but right now it's high. And more people realizing during this pandemic nature to get away from the city. And now they're coming up here buying this land, refurbishing it, and a whole lot of things is happening. We have a whole lot of activities going on in Ottawa. We have gumbo contests, we have a barbecue contest, we have a whole lot of activities going on. And if you go to Ottawa 100, that will tell you some of the activities that's going on and when and dates.
Oh, that's it. So that's good. Ottawa100.com?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be great to plug in this. Yeah, we can definitely put that in there. Let's see. What else am I missing here, Hayward? Any thoughts? Any
questions?
Yeah.
Ghosts. What about ghosts?
Yeah,
Do you believe in ghosts?
I'll step in. All right, here we go. So, Oscar, do you think the Hotel Casablanca is haunted? Yes or no? And why?
I don't know about the Casablanca because I've never been in it to have anything haunted happen to it. But up here, I experienced some things.
Ooh, can you tell us about those?
Yeah.
Well, that's why the scripture says always have a witness. Me and my wife, I bought her a Glock. And about a month ago, she thought she put it in a chair for me to put it in the truck to go back to Detroit. So we heading back. And I said, Sam, where's your gun? I put in the chair for you to have, to put in the pickup truck. So it wasn't in the pickup truck. We came back here and we looked for it, and we couldn't find it. Ain't nobody around but me and her. So then we had to go to Baldwin to the sheriff's office and put in a complaint concerning we lost it. So that's one thing that happened up here in Ottawa. Now I have no idea, but you can ask her too.
Interesting. Now, what were your thoughts when you were initially first approached about a paranormal investigation on the hotel? What first came to mind?
That came on mind concerning, like I say, I wasn't staying here. I wasn't in here, so I wouldn't know what's happening here. But I know what happened 4 blocks from here where I live at.
Okay. Cool. And
I got one.
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
So
We can go
Oscar,
back.
the Glock story. You know, it's not every day something that significant goes missing, so it does seem like something could be going on. Did you have any other experiences throughout your life?
Yeah, I've had other experience, but if I, just like if I told you I saw a UFO, if I told you this and that, you think something wrong with this guy, But I've had other experiences happen. Sometimes my wife was right there with me. We was on a cruise, so we got tired of going to the buffet. Just got tired, so we ordered our food. So I ordered a whole grapefruit in a saucer, cut in half, 2 of them on a plate. She had 1. So she said she went up there and got the big one. Then I went up and got mine in the cabin. Then when I went to get my next piece of half, we couldn't find it. So, see, now you think I'm crazy.
Cruise boats can be haunted too.
Yeah.
All right.
Or someone could be following you.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah. And even though you haven't experienced, I say firsthand, anything creepy or off guard about maybe the hotel, has there ever been any sort of rumors, anything you heard about?
Yeah, I've heard different kind of rumors, but I mean, it was just people never experienced it, but they just was saying certain things, So I mean, sometimes you handle that with a grain of salt.
I think that's my niece.
Oh, she
She lives on the end of that corner.
All right, we're going to be recording, so we have to be quiet on set, please. And all right, and Chris, can we get your name just for the record project?
Sure. I'm Chris Kingdom Greer, born and raised in Idlewild.
Okay, awesome. Now, first question. Do you think, and just be honest, is the Hotel Idlewild, the Hotel Casablanca, do you think it's haunted or has any sort of paranormal activity?
So I want to just first of all say I do believe in the paranormal activity. I know some people don't. And second of all, even no, the gist of the answer is no, I don't believe it's haunted. But more than that, I'll trust the technology that does that work to do what it does and give me a definitive on that. What I was concerned about, though, when you kind of asked me to kind of give my voice, lend my voice to this wonderful work, was the sensationalization of Idlewild as something that it is not. It has been identified as a ghost town, and since I was born and raised here in the early 70s, it is not ghostly. It is very vibrant. It is very active. There are some places that have diminished or ceased to operate, some businesses based on the economy, based on the shifting in the mood of the civil rights, but it is absolutely not a ghost town. And so when you came with me with that, I was initially put off, and I was saying, like, let me be clear. I happen to be the township historian and archivist, and I'm like Andre 2000, I would have wished that when somebody does something on an actual historical place, people, person, that they would not deem it as fiction, and they would at least add something to the canon of the movie at the end or the beginning, that although this is a fictional movie, it is akin to, it takes place, it's like the real Idlewild, which is in Michigan. And so I'm always leery about people trying to use Idlewild for the extra stuff, because it has so much rich stuff inside of it, including the Casablanca. I know that was a little bit more than you asked for.
That was great. That was awesome. That's what I'm looking for, authenticity. Give me your thoughts. We're looking for all different perspectives, not like, oh, well, we think this ghost story here. No, you're giving us the real. All right. Jeff, did you want to hop in and give a little couple questions you had in mind?
Well, yeah.
I have questions in front of me.
Yeah, and not so much related to the paranormal world, more so just about the hotel in general. So, you know, you, like you said, you were one of the, you were in the group of individuals who basically used this building in its final days. So what can you tell us about this really key piece of not only Michigan history, but of course Idlewild's history?
So let me tell you what the Casablanca's vibe, what the genre, the actual building did for me. It actually was an incubator. It was a nurturer in the very first years of my life. So I spent from 72 to 74, 75-ish. The numbers are not exact, because based on some economic stuff, the commissioners didn't want to continue to pay here, and they moved it over to the old township on Broadway. But during that time, Linda Myers Johnson Hutton, who's still alive, Josie Rainey, who's still alive, Brooksy Crosby, who's crossed over, Lee Trucks, who's still alive. I'm missing somebody else. It was a pastor from Luther, and those were, and the director, Miss Alice Avery. Those were the people who poured in, who sold into my life and gave me a profound start. So even though its historical aspect had to deal with housing and hotel, I akin it to this kind of care and nurture that you get at a top quality hotel. So the people who stayed here back in the 40s and 50s got some of the similar stuff that I got out of the same thing. They got warmth, they got comfort, they got nurture, they got pure Idlewild. That is what I take from what the character of the Casablanca meant to me. And I never stayed in it. It was closed before I was born. So I don't want to fake you on any way, but I never stayed in it. But I was nurtured by it, just like the performers and the upper echelon and the middle class blacks that came from the Midwest.
Excellent, thank you so much. So, you know, obviously Dr. Austin and First Neighbor is going to be doing a lot of work to save this. You know, how important is it to save, you know, pieces of our history like this wonderful hotel?
If I can be honest,
sure.
When I hear the word save, I hear that we are doing something to it. The truth of the matter is, it is our privilege to restore. It is our privilege to revitalize even a building of this stature and a whole bunch of other places around the world, because it reminds us of who we are, where we've come from, and it gives a sense of ownership into a place in time. It takes us back to our family members, our mothers and our fathers, our grandmothers and our great aunts and uncles who inhabited or who stayed here. So I like save, I like revitalize, maybe a little better, restore, because I think it's not about the building, it's about what the building has been to people. And then what the building will be to people, right? Whether they do revitalization into a lodging piece, whether it's a hotel or whether it's a apartment complexes or whatever it is, its character still bears credence to the historical aspect of who it was and what the Casablanca was and provided. The other piece, why I think it's so important to restore, one is because you can. People are always so for a historian like myself, when I hear the B word, it's a cuss word to me. When I hear blight, because what I imagine is people moving directly from blight to demolition. What I'd like to declare and share is that when I hear something that you call blight, I say it's an opportunity to restore it. There are buildings right now that are as old as this country in the Northeast. So they have buildings all around that. Idlewild 1912 is when it was established. So they've got buildings back to 1612. So when I hear people saying blight and let's tear stuff down, I'm like, don't do that. There's no reason to. It can have a purpose.
Wonderful.
Okay, great. And now, first, can I get your just for the record of the project? Can I get your first and last name for me?
Yes. So my appellation is Piccola Lee Crusar Il.
Okay. All right, Piccola. Do you think the Hotel Casablanca is haunted or has some sort of paranormal or metaphysical energy?
I would say that Idlewild in general has a very mystic. So if you ask me the energy of Idlewild in general, I would tell you that it is something here that draws you to the place besides the history that we know. But it definitely makes you think, like, what was going on in time in this place. I was young when I came to this location. I distinctively remember, because my godfather used to bring me to the house, the pink house that's across the street. And me and another child, I don't remember who it was, but we used to play in the area, and it was almost like we were scared, but kind of going into it because it was all built up. And it wasn't like it is now, it's clean, but it was very dense. And it was just something about this facility. That was many, many years ago. I'm well up in age now. I come home to Idlewild. I come home to Baldwin, Weber, all of this I say is home. And I drive and I come here. I come and I park right here. And I look and I ponder about what is it that was here before? Like, why can't it be again? Like, what, anyway, this is the restoration thing that I support when it comes to Idlewild. But as far as the mystic part of it, it's very mystical. It's something about Idlewild in general, and I wouldn't be surprised if you found something in the lake. That is my take.
Okay. Now, what were some of your thoughts when, obviously, just a few minutes ago, we talked about part of our investigation here was for paranormal. You mentioned something about, obviously the hotel was built 1949. You mentioned something about it being a brothel, and you kind of touched on the metaphysical. So tell us a little bit about that. What was your first reaction when we mentioned about the paranormal side, and then you mentioned something about the brothel?
Well, they say, what do they say, the language. When you use the language of paranormal, that was paranormal to hear it in this setting. It's like, who taught that? I felt like this place has a lot of energy of some sort. I've been in the, in the science, in the meta science, for many years. And what is it that draws me here? And I'm a person, I consider myself pretty intuitive. I think it's the history, this nostalgia, but it's a certain presence that draws me here. So if I come out of the Bronx, New York. If I come home, I come to Idlewild, I come here. So I have no exactly idea like what it is energy-wise that's here, but I don't know.
Something's drawing you here.
It's something, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I actually feel that too.
Absolutely.
There's something.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Yeah. I was told. I want to say a couple of years back that. Let me speak for instance. Mr. Meek, rest his soul. Mr. Meek come from Detroit, and he was trying to help restore the Idlewild scene. He himself, when he was younger, used to come here. He showed me a book. The book was in plastic. That plastic came from out of this hotel. I was told that the Jamaicans came from Jamaica in the summertime to build this. And this came out of Mr. John Meek's mouth to me. And so I know that it's a lot here, but I was told that this was a brothel.
Okay,
so it's a lot.
All right, what else you know about it?
I don't know. That as much as I know, it was a brothel, a event place, a gathering place for people. You know, as far as the metaphysical aspect of it, inquiring minds want to know.
And what years was this? Because this is new information.
I do not exactly know the timeline that he would have been referring to.
Yeah, because I know we've heard like earlier it was a hotel the first 10, 15 years to 65, and then from there it was converted to a clinic for a little while, then a child care center through the 70s.
Oh, so. Yeah, Dr. Nelson them had it.
Yeah, the
right?
Nelson family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dr. Nelson was my doctor. He gave me my first immunization shots.
Here at this
No, at his office on Nelson Road, not too far from the school. It's an old school. It's like our old middle school. But yeah.
Okay. And outside of what you mentioned, kind of the energy you had of this place, was there anything you heard of, whether it's ghost story, just something creepy, or not even? I'm not trying to lead you into anything. I'm just saying, like, have you ever heard of anything sort of happening or involved with the hotel from a paranormal, metaphysical standpoint? Anything you heard around town?
Relative to the hotel itself, I cannot say that I have.
Okay.
I can tell you that when we were younger in Weber, which is about 3 miles from here, we used to run in the streets at nighttime with children, and we were told about be careful of the wire man. You know, they call it the wire man. They call it the red, black, and green, the red, black, and green man, or something like that. I have no idea what that was at that time. But I do know that below Baldwin there might have been some paranormal interaction. Let's just say interaction. You know, when I was younger, I definitely saw something that was not normal, and it's something that I never spoke about in like 35 years. I never said anything.
Okay.
You know, it was only through some other meeting that a doctor that I made some conversation, and he invited me. In fact, I went to his the office, and I went to get my adjustment for my back, and I saw a flyer, which was it said UFO, and I said, "You believe in that kind of thing?" You know, and he was like, "Do you?" And I was like, "I kind of know what I know." And we later had a dialogue about when I was young in Michigan, and I went to a meeting, and it was MUFON. It was a Mutual UFO Network, and it was other people that had other spiritual, metaphysical experiences that they didn't feel comfortable talking about, and and that they had silent. I was that. It was 35 years, and I never mentioned anything about the mystical or metaphysical anything experience that I had, in Baldwin.
Okay, great.
So,
well, as we wrap up, is there anything else about just the hotel in general? I know we talked earlier about your memories as a child going through here. Just tell us a little bit about that. You know, just anything related to best memories of this hotel, or just it being around in the community.
Just it was referenced as a special place, and if it was structurally built, and as you know, Idlewild things are dilapidated. However, the things that were made of brick has a little bit of longevity. So this place, as you see, was pretty well made. It's still kind of up. I would say that I would like to have that as some current memories, fond memories, future memories, knowing that there's restoration that will go on with this facility. And again, I personally I'm attracted to it. I've been coming here. I drive myself here, and I don't know what it is about it. I don't know. Let's take a walk inside. Let's go from room to room and let's see if the walls talk.
They do. All right. Yeah. Anything else, Jeff, Todd? Anything else you wanted to add as we wrap up here?
No. But you said that somebody whose idea was this?
It was my original idea when I first came here in 2014. I did, and this wasn't for me. Like, it was literally like, and I don't know if it was still hearsay, but people came up with these sort of ghosts, said like, oh, there was something happening in the hotel. Somebody may have died here. There was maybe a band member that pushed somebody out of a window, or something like that. But once again, I wanted to substantiate that. I didn't want to take that and run with it. I wanted to come straight to the source and see, okay, is there some energy here? Are they going to feel anything? Is there something that, whether it's, and I think they mentioned about spiritual energy doesn't necessarily, or haunting doesn't mean that it has to be something tragic or something violent that happened.
No,
it could just be
present.
It could be a residual energy. It can be. Think about the people coming out here, had fun here, and stayed here. Energy.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to explore and just debunk and just figure out straight from the horse's mouth. So.
Yeah, the energy.
There probably was psychics that came through here over the, that would never talk about it back then.
It was also abandoned for 40 years, so you don't know who did what in there.
Exactly,
That's
broke
right.
in and did what. Yeah. Great point.
That's right. But people come because they're pulled to come because there's something that is here that draws their attention. Couldn't we explain it over the course of 40 years? Unless you do some research. Like, it's interesting. I've been doing some research. I found out when I come to Idlewild, I swing past, I go on the aisle. I call it the aisle. It's Dr. Daniel Hill Williams Island. And I sit there, and I'm pointed, I think it's southbound. And I'm looking at the lake. And my vibe, I'm just telling you my vibe. Now, Tank Link is behind me. My vibe is something in the lake. So you want to go metaphysical. Just in my mind's eye, I was already saying, there's a little submarine, because the little submarines that they have that go underneath them. Yeah. That's how they were able to find the structures in Lake Michigan. Because in the 1800s, somebody was paddling, and the paddle hit the top of some rock. So they sent some people down there, and they were able to see inscriptions on the pillars. And then years later, they sent that little thing down. Right. So my take is something on there. But Idlewild was known as Crooked Lake. That lake that we called Dr. Daniel Wills. I was just doing some research the other day, and in fact, I got a printout, and it said it was formerly known as Crooked Lake. And I said, oh, so there is history on top of history here, and I guess it's up to us researchers, investigators to kind of peel it apart. But you'll find
and put the puzzle together. I always think everything's a puzzle when you do all this stuff.
You'll picture mystery here. In fact, I know a gentleman, as you're talking, he's in Weber, where I told you that, I hail from. He's the one that told me that my mother knew the owners of the El Moroccan Hotel. And here it is that I saw El Moroccan, and I'm like, what about that hotel? He tells me mother knew. But he also got into detail about Idlewild. So if you wanted to pick somebody's brain, this elder, he would be the one.
What's his name?
Broomfield.
Broomfield? Okay, we'll have to check it out. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Appreciate some long
energy from something.
All right, I'm recording.
Okay.
All right, we're good to go. All right, here we are, first floor. So, Chris, when's the last time you've been in here?
1974, or 1974, 75.
Time back in 40 years. How does it feel right now coming in here?
So it feels surreal. I mean, real talk. I was shifted. Grandma's hands. I was shifted to Brooksy Crosby's hand of wiping my brow, and Josie Rainey of correcting me with only the love that she can offer, and Linda Hutton speaking to me very calmly, very softly. I was transported back to a place of nurture, a place of comfort, a place of peace. I know this is strange when you can see plaster, when you can see knob and tube, when you can see what is definitely deterioration. but I'm being crystal clear about this. I feel a surreal kind of safety in this room, in this atmosphere with these vibes. This is good.
Great. So we could either continue along here or continue up here.
Yeah, let's continue along there, because I...
Okay, we can take our time.
This sags a little bit
Yeah.
here. I kind of walk to the outside of it, where the support beam is.
Because we don't want to make a horror film.
So I imagine with that being the front desk here, this probably was more like the staff back here, I'm guessing.
It was, yeah, staff room. I wonder, so this looks like, I wonder if it's all new. Maybe not.
You got it? Let me know if you need to move my light or something here.
That's fine. I'm just going to follow your light. Anything coming to mind, or what this room was?
So,
Lots of things.
I was about to...
There's that newspaper I was talking about here. This is from '86.
Sure.
Been in here for
These are...
a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that Dr. Austin was looking for stuff like that.
Right, we need to put these aside,
Yeah,
so
that's from 1986.
contractors don't come in and throw it out. They
Absolutely.
reserving this.
So yeah, old shower room.
Could you put this on the counter up there? Sorry, it's a little, yeah. Dr. Austin. I agree.
When we came in, can I go back
Yeah,
there?
continue.
Give me some light.
Right, so you would, that's from the hotel era.
Mm-hmm.
This right here would have been one of our classrooms, daycare rooms.
Okay.
Wow, guys.
That's a cool picture.
It's all coming back to you.
It is.
This would go downstairs.
This is...
What was in the basement? Lisa,
So I thought it was a classroom and something else. I thought there were people here and down there, and I think this might have. Let me see. There was a little child got hurt. Oh sure. So let me just say, these rooms look so much smaller now than they did back then. I'm remembering something very spacious, and it wasn't. I mean, obviously it was 2, 3, and 4 at the time. Wow.
I see they've got this as additional support through here. We kind of walked back around the other way.
Okay.
Yeah, this was new because when I first came here in 2014, we entered in through that door. And we pretty much walked down that hall up to here, the showers. At the time, Mr. Meeks, who I was able to meet back then, we even went into the basement, which I don't think we should have did. But yeah, they added that new foundation there. Well, part of the foundation.
And so this is where we came in.
Okay.
This door back here.
All right.
This is where we would enter the building. Up through here. Whoa, this. Yeah.
So the stairs have collapsed over there on the left side.
Yep.
If you go down here and look around to the right, there's another set of stairs over here.
Right.
But I have no idea what the structural integrity of that's like.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let you do another interview, Eve, to let you figure that out. I'll say that for another day.
Not for today. It's a coupon. 60 cents off of something.
Somebody pick that up.
Right. So there was rumored in the when it was last used with the daycare center, the Head Start program, it was rumored that the Nelsons owned it. Blanche, Lorenzo, and their daughter America kind of collectively owned it. Blanche kind of ran it, and when they passed away, there was rumor that they had left money in the walls.
That's what Oscar was saying.
And I don't know how true that was.
There are a lot of holes in walls in different
For
rooms.
people looking.
They're looking, yeah.
I've never heard anybody who said I found.
Right.
Right? And that I understand that. That makes sense. That, man, this. Oh, wow.
All right, making our way to the second floor of the Hotel Casablanca.
Here's where we get to those. You can see through the floorboards and stuff kind of on the beams.
Second floor of Hotel Casablanca.
Wow.
After you. Actually, what I'll do,
I'm good with this. No, I'm good.
actually, do you mind, Chris, if I use your iPhone as additional flashlight?
Sure.
Or I can light you guys up from the back?
So was this part of it?
This was not used.
Okay.
We didn't. These were actual rooms.
Oh, the flashlight isn't working for some reason. Oh, okay, great. Thanks. All right, got it.
Yeah, these are actual rooms from the hotel. Oh, man. You know, love the arched hallways.
Yeah.
There's something about.
You see that on 3 too.
Mm-hmm. There's something about in here that kind of makes you hear some good blues music. Right? In a certain way, you can feel the energy. So maybe there are ghosts in here. Don't record that. I'll just mess with y'all. No.
That's the thing about not to get too in the weeds, but I've been doing this for a long time. That's the thing about a place being haunted. People traditionally think about it as like a bad thing, or they think that someone died there and there's singular souls there. But in our experience, that's really not the case. What can happen is a place exists for a long time, and you've got thousands of people in and out. Energy. Everything is energy.
Sure.
There can be, we believe, residual energy. It's not that it's malevolent or that someone's soul is there. It's just residual energy can remain, we think, in places, and it can show itself in a lot of ways. People might hear footsteps. They might hear someone humming a song, but it's not that that person's soul is there.
Sure.
We believe it's that their energy is there.
That's good. That's. I'm glad to hear it explained that way.
And there's a community shower on that door to the right there.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's kind of different to see like the knobs seemingly for the water outside. And I don't know if that was the hot and the cold or how it was, but.
Enamel shower floor. I hadn't seen that.
So you recall being on the second floor back at that time?
So it would have been the main floor and the lower level of
Yeah.
the basement that we utilized. I wonder if these are the shut-off valves.
Maybe.
Because that would make better sense.
It seems odd, doesn't it? To have,
It does.
Have
them out here. We going that way?
Yeah, we're going this way. Stay to the left of you guys.
Yep, the state of the left.
Yep. Stay to the left. Room here. There we go. Get some light. Yeah, you can see over there, so you can't quite get to that.
Right.
And over here, I'll hold on to the first floor.
Sure.
Yeah, and that room over there actually looks like it's in pretty good shape.
I was gonna say, can you get to it?
Yeah, not without risking your
easy.
life.
Okay.
So, we can go up to 3 here.
Now let me say, this will be my first time. Even though we didn't use that. I think I remember sneaking up there. Somebody, I guess I shouldn't say that. Linda and Miss Rainy might see this. Wow.
So what was the third floor at the time back in
That was here. It was closed off.
Okay.
Yeah, this technically the second and the third floor were closed off because they didn't want the kids coming up here. That's why I say I don't. Probably shouldn't say it. Yeah. You know, I think
This is where.
the Nelsons really. Well, this is that's nice. The Nelsons really. Oh wow! Have you opened it here?
Is that the squatter?
We were up here, but yeah, that's not from us.
I don't know what I thought was gonna happen.
Someone didn't pay the electric bill.
For a long time.
Back here in this back hallway, there's a bathroom down there. It's that door on the right. It is like the smallest bathroom I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it seems almost too small.
It has to be like a kiddie bathroom. Anything.
It is just like. I've literally been on a Navy destroyer ship before, and the bathrooms were big. And it's like, look at it. They'd be so hard to get in there.
It would. No, it's the sink was right here.
They use the space effectively.
Extremely. Wow.
Back here's another room.
Did Miss Betty come up here?
I don't believe so. Not to my knowledge.
Betty Wiggins?
Betty Foot.
Betty, yeah, unfortunately, we did an interview at the Henrietta, but yeah, she wasn't able to make it.
Oh, no.
She had to head back to
Detroit today.
Okay.
But we did get some great words from her after the going away party. She sat down with us for a little bit. Yep. There it is.
Who else was so Ron obviously, but who else from here sat down with you?
Dr. Austin.
Okay.
Oscar. We get Dr. Stevens later.
Sure.
And we still have to follow up with Betty Wiggins.
Okay.
She was originally going to come, but she had to do some. Yes, she had to do some more traveling.
Yep. See, this is a shut off.
Okay.
Up here. That's a shut off.
So we're going to follow up with her. Maybe do a Zoom video.
Okay. Let's see. Who else?
But yeah, we're always open to any new suggestions because this is kind of, at least from like a docu-series standpoint, ongoing.
Of course.
So we can always come back and interview others or over Zoom. So.
There's another little restroom down here in small room.
Oh, I don't see it. Is this?
Is that it's really kind of cool? Is that wood door right there? If you look at it, walk through there. Yeah, it's like the finish is still really nice on it. It's like it's really kind of.
Yeah. How about that?
Right.
Oh, another bathroom. It's cute.
Yep.
Oh, Chris, you want to go in there and see it?
Sure. Yeah, watch that floorboard there. That hole is.
So what I've noticed about, which makes sense at the time, right? The other commode was a light blue. This one is a light pink. Right? You would get glamour. You would get color, vibrancy. Right? You get the colors of the 40s and 50s. Those beautiful bright pastels. I think that's, again, that gives you a glimpse of the glamour. That gives you a sense of the sensationalism of what the Hotel Casablanca did for people.
Definitely.
Small little details that even today, some 60, 70 years afterwards, it still bears testimony. It still tells the story of when people were here.
Yeah.
Do you want to do some pics while we're up here?
Yeah, we can do that.
I can take them for you.
I've been doing this stuff for 11 years. I've only seen it about 3 times in my entire life. So Todd, I don't know, man. That's you don't experience that kind of activity often. I mean, I've been doing this stuff for 11 years, and I'm not saying it's something intelligent. I mean, it could be residual energy. The paranormal world is an unknown world. We don't know exactly what it is. but it was strong. It was strong.
Okay. All right, let's wrap up.
Either was here or was not. I've done stuff, I've done energy medicine, a little bit, just some studies in energy medicine, and I know for a fact that there's a place you can put your hand somewhere and remove your hand and they can take a photo and they can actually see the energy still emitting off the surface.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I come in here, I just feel the energy. As soon as I came downstairs, when Chris was talking, I actually was like, oh shoot. So I was like seeing like what you were speaking about, but I was literally like seeing the livelihood, the energy of people. I was kind of, it was like all kind of like mosaically moving in my head. And I was like, okay, that's different. And right here is a palette. It's a palette here. You don't find palettes in places like this unless you find somebody who's staying, shacking. So when I came, I do feel that I noticed a few things that you guys may not notice.
Now, what is a palette exactly? I'm not sure I'm familiar.
I'll show you.
The bed.
Oh, okay.
I noticed that.
We did see those. Yeah, the gloves.
Okay.
Okay, get.
And I noticed that.
Yeah, we see that too.
So I said, okay. I know the energy is the energy because I've been dealing with the energy for a minute. So I'm trying to understand it. But it does appear that somebody has been in here as a place to shack and to be. So immediately I said, okay, if somebody's been like moving and making noise or whatever, it could be that person moving out of the area or whatever like that. And then, like I said, you know, the energies can be what the energies are. But it definitely is something that's a live energy, you know.
No, I agree.
You know, and it just, you know, again, I don't find it nefarious. I don't find it a negative energy of any sort. I just feel it's just a presence, you know. And that, I can tell you, is not the same feeling that I get from being downstairs.
And I feel the same way. I think it's this floor.
It's definitely a distinction here.
Yeah.
It's definitely a distinction.
And that lines up exactly with what we experienced because we didn't really, you know, the other floors were pretty quiet. When we got up here, it was different. There was something different about this third floor.
And it, you know, like I said, I'm aware. I just let myself be aware on different planes, like the physical plane, the realistic plane, a rational plane. But then I know when I first came, it's just like it was something, and then I went back to the back just for that. I guess I don't know. Spirit was just drawing me back for that glimpse.
And Jeff random, but I think when we go over to Dr. Austin's house, drinks before we come back here, we could probably do a quick reflection interview there.
Yeah, we could do that.
And then knock that out. All right, but I think we're good here.
Marcus Garvey's book. That book was called, it was the first magazine that Marcus Garvey had.
Oh yeah, I have.
Plastic.
Yeah, I have that.
You have?
I don't know if I have volume 1, but I have a couple of, yeah.
Yeah.
Those two. And that's the rock. That's the rock right there. And so this, I want to get a picture of this because Todd was like, well, I wonder if it just fell. No, look at the ceiling.
Yeah.
There's no
way
for it to
I mean, not even this
from.
little.
Yeah, we're on our way out. Yeah.
Can I look in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can take my flashlight if you want.
Did we look in here?
Yeah.
We did. I don't know if you guys did.
And sometimes people say the ghost. Remember the ghost? A ghost town. If you look at the etymology of the word, I would say that would be the beginning of what ghost really is. The way you do your
Is orb still a term that's like an orb?
Yeah,
spiritual
energy.
energy thing.
With all the energy
It can be, but a lot of things look like that. Dust, small particles in the air. People get that on camera and think that's energy. It's most
Right.
of the
I'll show you
time
pictures.
not. Can be though.
One of the magi sent us.
Okay.
I want those curtains over there. I know that.
I don't know if it's worth the hassle to get to them.
Listen, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave for first neighbor.
Yeah, Christian, lend me a hand. I want to take that door with me. You know,
I
yank
do.
that door off.
Look, I want one of the bathroom doors.
I just got to lean in a bit. Yank that door off.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a picture that I have. Somebody sent it to me. They showed the guy, he opened up a vortex in his bedroom, and then a lot of people making comments. Oh, that's not true. I'll show you some of the magi sent me the photo of it.
Thank you. Yep.
Have you heard of Mufon? Not Mufon. Have you heard of
Oh, after you.
pears? Have you heard of pear?
You talking to me or Chris?
Both of you.
Oh, I probably haven't.
Heard of what?
Pear. Chris. No, it stands for Princeton Engineering and Anomaly Research. Have you not heard of pears?
No, I haven't.
Pears was, from what I read, pear was an offshoot from what was called the remote viewing. Remote viewing was a project that was introduced into the military way back, and so what they were doing is they came up with a way of using the just say the clairvoyant, the energies, toys for children. That was a children's. What's that? There's a way that, well, they knew that people were already using psychics for different things.
There you go, brother. Appreciate it.
And the Russians were always using that against the Americans, and I guess the Americans decided to get involved with the unseen world, if you will. But they actually somehow grafted it into a scientific approach. And so when they had military people dropped in foreign locations, they would do the longitude, the latitude, the where that location is, and they would take that number and do some kind of probability of the number, and then give it to a group of people and assign that number of color, sound, wetness, dryness, people, structure. They would assign.
It used to be Peyton's place. This used to be the Red Rooster Lounge for about 40, 50 some years before they renamed it. They kind of revamped it on the inside, make it a little more modern. Over there is the Idlewild Chamber of Commerce building. They do a lot of different fundraiser events over there. And then I wanted to show you guys this over here. This is a new kiosk they built, I think in the last 3-4 years. So this has a lot of kind of general news clippings. I think some photos I sent you guys before.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty cool to check this out. I don't know if they took a few down, but there should still be some stuff on there. Oh, why'd they get rid of them? Oh, okay. Yeah, but they built this 2017, and they had some like Hotel Casablanca news clippings.
Oh yeah, you showed me that one.
Yeah, I took photos of it, but I don't know why it's not here. But this is relatively new.
From like way back in the day?
Yeah, way back in the day.
What did they say?
It just had things about like the menu or like advertisements.
So Idlewild had a newspaper. It's called The Challenger.
We should ask Chris.
We can ask Dr. Stevens about it. He would probably be the one to know. I also am going to ask him, where can I find copies of that newspaper?
So this is like kind of the center, I guess, small town square. The building behind you guys, that's still the original U.S. Post Office. I think it's still in operation, but back in the pre-50s, pre-segregation era, that was fully functioning post office. Then of course we have Peyton's place across the street. So old party store that's been closed forever. So small little, very small town vibes in this little square. So yeah, I want to go mountain biking.
Was that closed when you came in 2014?
Yeah, it was closed then. But yeah, they still have events over at that chamber building, fish fries, things like that. Yeah, great shot there. All right.
Predates this building by quite a bit. I mean, I know that Idlewild itself dates back to 1912. Can you tell us about the origins of Idlewild?
Yeah, so you had white land developers, the book you got there. So the main ones, they were families, but the main ones was the Branch family.
Okay.
So this is Erastus G. Branch and his wife Flora. They lived here in Idlewild. Branch, he and his brother, Adelbert, right? They homesteaded the island. That's where Idlewild, the real Idlewild is the island. That's where the lake, Idlewild Lake, but it was called Crook Lake. There was no road there. It was a footbridge at first, and then it started expanding out. So what they did, by 1915, they brought the first excursion of about 30 African Americans here, and one of them was Dr. Daniel Hale Wims and his associates. So they eventually took over the island. The Branches moved to a whole nother subdivision of Idlewild called Idlewild Terrace. That's down there where I live. That's off of Foreman Road, past Roadrunners, probably about a mile past there. They ran that. There's another lake down there called Watermill Lake. What was so appealing about this place were the lakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 5 of the cleanest lakes in the poorest county in the state of Michigan, which the poorest county in the state of Michigan, Lake County, has 150 lakes. Idlewild's 5 lakes were the cleanest.
Still is.
Right. So, the Branches, this is what the island looked like.
Okay.
This is a map. This is what was on the map on the island. Purple Palace, Oakmere Hotel, because when Dr. Dan and his group, they were called the Idlewild Improvement Association. When they took over, they named the hotel the Oakmere. There's a plaque right across from Peyton's, okay, where Dr. Dan lived.
It's still there.
You can check that thing out, right? Well, he called his cottage the Oakmere too.
Okay.
So Dr. Dan establishes all of this. The Branch brothers, they had an office there, but then they turned the island over to Dr. Dan. And then they moved out. They moved out down on Foreman Road, which is really in Pleasant Plains, right? Down there by Watermill Lake. So part of Pleasant Plains was Idlewild. And see, what was happening is Idlewild was becoming so popular. It was called a Negro suburbia. But it became so popular, it couldn't accommodate all the people who live around the lake now. So that's how it expanded out. So really it was just Idlewild, the island, and Paradise Gardens, where Leela Wilson was at. So then, and this is another good thing about having the plaque map, because then you can see Gleason's division, Thompson's division, Idlewild Heights, which is where Idlewild Heights talked to him. But since he doesn't want to pay me my money right away, I should be partners of this. So here, you see these pages?
Yeah.
So you can come back and start.
That's the letters.
Right, the letters, but the story starts about right here. Okay. So,
predates this building by quite a bit. I mean, I know that Idlewild itself dates back to 1912. Can you tell us about the origins of Idlewild?
yeah, so you had white land developers, the book you got there. So the main ones, they were families, but the main ones was the Branch family.
Okay.
So this is Erastus G. Branch and his wife Flora. They lived here in Idlewild. Branch, he and his brother, Adelbert, right? They homesteaded the island. That's where Idlewild, the real Idlewild is the island. That's where the lake, Idlewild Lake, but it was called Crook Lake. There was no road there. It was a footbridge at first, and then it started expanding out. So what they did, by 1915, they brought the first excursion of about 30 African Americans here, and one of them was Dr. Daniel Hale Williams and his associates. So they eventually took over the island. The branches moved to a whole nother subdivision of Idlewild called Idlewild Terrace. That's down there where I live. That's off of Foreman Road, past Roadrunners, probably about a mile past there. They ran that. There's another lake down there called Watermill Lake. What was so appealing about this place were the lakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 5 of the cleanest lakes in the poorest county in the state of Michigan, which the poorest county in the state of Michigan, Lake County, has 150 lakes. Idlewild's 5 lakes were the cleanest.
Still is.
Right. So, the branches, this is what the island looked like.
Okay.
This is a map. This is what was on the map on the island. Purple Palace, Oakmere Hotel, because when Dr. Dan and his group, they were called the Idlewild Improvement Association. When they took over, they named the hotel the Oakmere. There's a plaque right across from Peyton's, okay, where Dr. Dan lived.
It's still there.
You can check that thing out, right? Well, he called his cottage the Oakmere too.
Okay.
So Dr. Dan establishes all of this. The Branch brothers, they had an office there, but then they turned the island over to Dr. Dan. And then they moved out. They moved out down on Foreman Road, which is really in Pleasant Plains, right? Okay. Down there by Watermill Lake. So part of Pleasant Plains was Idlewild. And see, what was happening is Idlewild was becoming so popular. It was called a Negro suburbia. But it became so popular, it couldn't accommodate all the people who live around the lake now. So that's how it expanded out. So really it was just Idlewild the island and Paradise Gardens, where Leela Wilson was at. So then, and this is another good thing about having the plaque map, because then you can see Gleason's division, Thompson's division, Idlewild Heights, which is where Idlewild Heights, right. So ultimately,
not yet
no,
technically.
this is preliminary.
He's kind of filling us in, but basically we're gonna do it right over there.
So
take a little B-roll. That's all.
So when this was first, these trees here you see now, these big pines, they were like little bushes like this, all the way around.
I can see that in the photo.
Okay, now let's walk around here. Here, oh.
I'm a park, guys.
All right.
All right.
So this is good. You got these windows boarded up. But
So
they
I was
had a
gonna
big ass balcony right here.
So was this road here? In the balcony?
Yeah, I was here.
Yeah, the balcony came out here, and this road was still here as far as I know.
Oh wow.
So there was a balcony here. You see here, they even had a thing right here. So that's the 3rd floor, that's the 2nd floor. So you have something like right here where people can come out.
You can see right there where the brick's exposed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you have the same thing back here. Right here where you see these bricks, there's like a balcony kind of thing right here too.
So was that a wraparound? Because I don't see a door for them to get out.
I can't tell if it was a wraparound. Well, see, that was the door, right? See where that's covered up?
Oh
Yeah, that was the door.
Okay.
Right, but I don't think it wrapped around. Okay, now, when you rented a room here, it was hard to rent a room because as soon as this place opened, it was always booked. So people would have to wait, and I forgot how much is in the book, how much they paid for a room. But They were community bathrooms. So you just had a room, but on each floor, you shared a bathroom with other guests. Right.
Like a dormitory, a college dormitory.
Kind of, sort of. There are, Dr. Austin has this too, there are hotel cards of the people that came here. So now, after the Coombs, the Nelsons took over. The Nelsons, Dr. Lorenzo Nelson was the second major doctor in Idlewild. The first one was Dr. Daniel L. Williams, but he died in 1931. During the 1930s, the Great Depression, during the Roosevelt's Works Plant program, so you had CC camps. There was a camp 1691. That's the Idlewild camp with all black CC, because they segregated even the CCs. Well, Dr. Nelson was the only doctor, and he was in the military, and so he came here, but then he had to go, when the war broke out, he went to served in the war, came back to Idlewild, and the Nelsons built this major empire. They were the largest property owners here. Eventually, they moved in here. Okay, Dr. Nelson, Lorenzo Nelson, was a doctor. His wife, Blanche Nelson, was a nurse. So they did the kind of house calls, and they served 3 counties. This county, Yates Township, in Lake County, over in Newaygo County, where the other resort, Woodland Park, they serve people as far as there, and then down US 10, down there where Reed City, they serve people there.
Oh, wow.
So everybody knew Dr. Nelson. Most of the kids of that era were born through Dr. Nelson, and they didn't oftentimes have the money to pay. So a lot of people were in debt to Dr. Nelson. So the Nelsons took over this, but before they took over this, they had land down there on Nelson Road. Okay, you can see Nelson Road as you come in. Well, if you drive down Nelson Road, just slightly past where the Yates Township office is, on the opposite side of the street, you'll see the old El Morocco's Club, but next to it was a mansion. The Nelsons owned that. Okay,
Is
so
the mansion still there?
no,
it's
but
fine.
they hid their money in their properties. So if you go through this building, you'll see a bunch of holes in the wall because people were in search of looking for that money. And some live ghosts have come in here in search of the Nelsons' money.
Live ghosts.
Right. I also know that this building has been boarded up a couple of times, and somehow people were getting in here. So there's a short documentary done by Home and Gardens TV. It focuses on 5 historic black places, and Idlewild is one. And the main focus on Idlewild is this hotel. So you might want to try to get your hands on that.
Yeah, we'll try and get that.
Home and Gardens TV.
Okay.
Huh?
Oh, is that HG?
You said they did a segment here?
They did a segment on 5 different towns, and one of them was Idlewild, and I was here with Mr. Meats. We walking around, so you'll see what Mr. Meats looked like. You see this look in his eyes, you know, of his dream of what he wanted to happen to this building. And you'll see me, and you know, talking about it. So this is a major historic structure. This building here. What else can I tell you? So when he had it boarded up, and the time is set, the Smithsonian, and you'll find some more footage from the Smithsonian's channels, the Green Book, the Guide to Freedom. is a tiny bit about this hotel. We came here and interviewed, and the Brooks family, there's some major players, homeowners, and they build, and they got, I mean, they the shit here right now. Well, the daughter of one of the Brooks brothers, somehow, while we were out here being interviewed, somehow she figured out how to sneak in here. Then came back and told me. So I went in with her. And when I noticed, somebody had been sleeping in here. You know, had like a sleeping bag on the floor.
It's on a pallet. Yeah, still there, a little pallet. Yep.
Yeah, so that's the last I know about this place. So, like I said, if there's any ghost that's been through here, they were the kind that's alive. Okay. And that's the story of the Casablanca Hotel. By the way, you might also want to try to go over to the Yates Township building, because Woosa Coombs, see, Phil Giles was the longest township supervisor in Idlewild's history. He served 10 years. And when he resigned, stepped down, Woosa Coombs became the next supervisor. So that's like
Is that why his name is on the firehouse up here?
Yeah, he was
supervisor.
Yeah.
I think it says 1964 on that firehouse.
64?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but he I don't think he became supervisor until either 69 or 70.
So there's on the firehouse over there at Lansing and Lake, there's like a white plaque sort of by the door, and he's listed as supervisor right there. I didn't see the date, but I just said
right.
that.
But you'll see the date, because if you go into the township hall, when you go in, like almost to where the treasurer's office is, there's a hallway, and on that hallway they got pictures of most of the supervisors, but I think there's a plaque that kind of lists all of them. But he became the next supervisor. Unfortunately, when he became supervisor, Idlewild was in a socioeconomic decline. Civil Rights Act of 64 had been signed off. The Voting Rights Act of 65 had been signed off. Black folks, some started abandoning places like Idlewild because supposedly the rest of America was open up to them. But you have some people some families, some generations that stuck it out here. So Coons becomes supervisor during a period where Idlewild was seriously suffering. And that's about what I know.